Hey boys and girls, our book of the day is called Give Me Back My Dad. It was written by Robert Munsch and it was illustrated by Michael Marchenko. Give me back my dad. One day, Cheryl and her father decided to go ice fishing. They got on the snowmobile, put all their stuff in the sled on the back, and went bouncing over bumps and across lakes until they came to a very good place to fish. This place, said Cheryl's father, is the best place to fish in the whole world. But the fish are smart. You gotta be really smart to catch these fish. Phooey, said Cheryl, I'm smarter than any fish. So her father got out the ice drill and drilled an enormous hole. They chopped the ice and drilled some more, and then they were done. Wow, said Cheryl's father, really thick ice. Now we can fish. He got out a hook and a line and bait and said to Cheryl, You fish down this hole, but be careful because these fish are smart. Phooey, said Cheryl, I'm smarter than any fish. She jiggled down her line, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and said, I want to catch a fish. Be patient, said her father. So Cheryl jiggled her line up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and said, I want to catch a fish. Then, out of the hole came a candy bar with a line on it. Look at that, said Cheryl. It's a candy bar. Her father yelled, Don't touch that! But Cheryl grabbed the candy bar and was pulled right down underneath the ice. Cheryl's father yelled down the hole, Give me back my baby! A big fish stuck its head out of the water and said, We caught this kid fair and square. You can have her back. You can't have her back. Grr, said Cheryl's father. So the fish have caught Cheryl. Cheryl's father got an idea. He put a very small piece of bait on the line and jiggled it up and down, up and down, up and down. All of a sudden, he pulled up a very small baby fish. The big fish stuck its head out of the water and said, Give me back my baby. Well, said Cheryl's father, I'll give you back your baby if you give me back my baby. Grr, said the big fish. Cheryl's father tossed the little fish back, and Cheryl came flying out of the hole. She said, Brr, it's cold. And right away, she started turning into an icicle. Her father picked her up, ran to shore, and got a fire going in the Labrador tent. She looks cold, doesn't she? Soon Cheryl was warm and dry like a piece of toast. Now, said her father, we are going back out there. Don't pick up anything the fish throw out of the hole. These are smart fish. Right, said Cheryl. They went back out, and Cheryl jiggled her line up and down, up and down, up and down, and said, I want to catch fish. A candy bar with a line on it came up out of the hole. Do you think she's going to take it? Oh no, said Cheryl. I'm not that dumb. She jiggled her line up and down, up and down, up and down, and said, I want to catch a fish. Up came a bag of popcorn with a line on it. Cheryl said, Oh no, I'm not that dumb. She jiggled her line up and down, up and down, up and down, and said, I want to catch a fish. Then up came a television. Wow, said Cheryl, that looks pretty nice, but I'm not that dumb. Cheryl jiggled her line up and down, up and down, up and down, and said, I want to catch a fish. She waited some more, and up came a $50,000 bill with a line on it. Her father said, $50,000? He grabbed it and got pulled underneath the ice. I feel like he should have known better. There's no such thing as a $50,000 bill. Grr, said Cheryl. She yelled down the hole, Give me back my daddy. A baby fish stuck its head up out of the water and said, Hey, we caught him fair and square, and you can't have him back. Cheryl got an idea. She put a huge piece of bait on the line and jiggled it up and down, up and down, up and down. And she said, "I've got to catch a daddy fish." All of a sudden, a big fish grabbed the bait, and Cheryl pulled him in. The baby fish stuck his head out of the water and said, "Give me back my daddy." "Well," said Cheryl, "I'll give you back your daddy if you give me back my daddy." "Grr," said the little fish. Cheryl threw the daddy fish back into the water, and Cheryl's father came flying out of the hole. He said, "Brr, it's cold," and started turning into an icicle. Cheryl pulled her father to the tent and put wood in the stove till he was warm and dry like a piece of toast. Then Cheryl said, "Daddy, why did you grab that money? I thought you were smarter than a fish." "I am smarter than a fish," he said, "and I know that you are smarter than any fish, and I knew that you would get me out. And I still have the money." "Right," said Cheryl, and they went back to town and bought Cheryl her very own snowmobile. So they ended up tricking those fish into giving them money so they could get a new snowmobile.